Hey, come catch this wave with the Fixx squad. The Fixx is in. I'm Mr. Soul, I'm tuning in. What you doing?
Stand up. James left, but the king still reigns here. No tears, no love lost, no rain here. Delivers, I promise, Santa rain here. Love for the city still resides here. Fix for your ailment, faith that resides outside the lines. Detox your mind, cause it matters. Art outside the box, we pace better. The Fixx is in, and we rock a channel. We rock with them for what's deep within. Expose those who talk but don't live. Expose those who talk but don't live. Take offense, judged by the fruit from the tree. But if the fruit tastes...
One. Yes, sir. You tune back into the Fixx right here on SiriusXM, channel 154, Holy Culture Radio. And it's that time. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. We are about to tap into our spiritual detox. We love this opportunity. We got a exclusive for you guys today. I don't know if you know, but it's a project out right now that's tearing up the charts, running up the numbers right now. From a young man, like I say, he is definitely. I'm not gonna say he's underrated. He gets his just dues. He's been doing this thing for a while. Indie tribe representative. And he does his own thing too as well. So I'm excited because this project that he just dropped last Friday. It's something amazing. It's something different. We talk about mental health awareness all the time right here on the Fixx. So when I got a chance to sit with the project, listen to the project, and see where this young man was going and just how vulnerable and transparent he was about his life. And that's the beautiful thing about it. He takes you through a journey of his life, but it's so relevant to what I know a lot of people are going through. So I'm just excited to have him on today. Listen, without further ado, help me welcome in my brother, John Keith. What's going on, young soldier?
Yo, what's good, man? How you doing?
Man, all is well. All is well. This project is ridiculous. Um,
Man,
yeah, it's ridiculous. I know you've been getting great feedback and everything, but let's get the backstory first before we talk about the music a little bit. Talk about who you are. If no one ever heard of John Keith, who is John Keith?
uh, 25-year-old hip hop artist from Dago, California. You know what I'm saying? Born and raised, can't go nowhere else. It don't work like that. Uh, you know what I'm saying? I was raised in a Christian home. Um, Both my parents had a relationship with Jesus. You know, before I was ever born. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of born into like church and all that kind of stuff. And you know, um, I kind of started walking into my own relationship with God when I was about 17. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? I fell in love with music and just decided I wanted to uh, help people, you know what I'm saying? Help people that struggle with what I struggle with. And so I've been doing it for a while. I think this project is the first time that uh, project feels like it's fully me, you know what I'm saying? Like it feels like um my entire message and my purpose and like the sonics and all of it feels like it's fully in line with where I'm at right now. So yeah. Hype.
Yeah, I agree with you. What has this? I know we are at the back end of it, but what did you learn from this pandemic?
Man, I learned the importance of people and community. You know what I'm saying? Uh, everyone kind of deals with loneliness to some degree, just in life, and you know what I'm saying, pandemic or not. And so what the pandemic did was it forced us to be lonely by ourselves, and
Mm-hmm.
it kind of, it made me realize that, like the feeling of loneliness might not go away, but at least if I know someone else is dealing with it, you know what I'm saying, and they might just be willing to sit with me in it, you know what I'm saying, at least I don't have to be lonely by myself. We can be lonely together, and you know what I'm saying, push each other towards Jesus. So yeah.
Were you able to develop a little bit better relationship as far as for your study time with God, in those long times? What did you kind of do when you were kind of like those little lonely little pockets, just for yourself, your mental health and everything?
Yeah, I definitely spent more time with God, you know what I'm saying? I That's kind of when a lot more of this you know, the conceptualizing of this album and everything like that kind of came together, to be honest. Um I started working on this project in 2020. And
Wow. Okay.
yeah,
You took
and
your time to let
so
this thing breathe. Okay.
oh yeah, I really wanted to yeah, I mean, it started with conversations with God, and he was bringing out stuff that I tried to bury, that I didn't want to deal with, you know what I'm saying? Especially as a black male, you know what I'm saying? Like talking about feelings is not really a thing that we do very well, you know what I'm saying? Or that we were taught to do very well.
Facts.
And so, you know what I'm saying? I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, like I'm aware that, you know what I'm saying? If God is trying to heal these wounds and heal these things and heal this trauma, you know what I'm saying, I can't bury it anymore. He can't work with buried stuff. I have to give it to him. And so there were some real violent conversations with God, to be honest with you, in the time of the pandemic. It wasn't so much like sweet uh, moments of, I mean, there was a few, you know what I'm saying, but it wasn't so much like sweetness and intimacy. It was more intimacy in the you know way of just I'm expressing a lot of frustration and anger and fear with my father. You know what I'm saying? Is kind of what is the way that translated. So yeah.
You're still kind of pretty much a newlywed, right? You recently were married.
Yes, sir.
What's that one thing that God showed you or revealed to you since you've been married that you didn't know about yourself before you got married?
How much time you got, brother?
Take your time, bro. Take your time.
It's there's so much. God actually God used my wife even before we were married to, you know, uh, bring out a lot of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Um, there's songs on the project where you kind of hear. There's a song called "Hide and Seek," um, where you kind of hear about the beginning of our relationship, where you know what I'm saying. I was dealing with a lot of self hate, and you know what I'm saying to myself, if you really knew about all of me, if you really knew what was in, you know what I'm saying, the skeletons that are in my closet, if you really know who I am, then you're not gonna love me anymore because I'm this way and you're this way and you're up here and I'm down here. And I didn't even realize that I was thinking like that until, you know what I'm saying, God kind of used her. God uses relationships kind of like a highlighter. So like parts of you will come out in a relationship that you're like, man, why whether it's a good relationship or bad, you'd be like, man, why was I acting like that? Yo, I've never done that before. You know what I'm saying? And so, um, it's usually, he'll use it as a highlighter. It's either a highlighter to go, oh, this is good. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a good thing I want to bring into other relationships. Or it'll use it as a highlighter, like, we got to get rid of this. You know what I'm saying? We got to
Right.
take care of this. This right here is the issue. This is something that doesn't reflect me. So, you know, that's what, that's just one thing. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's good, and I appreciate you sharing that. I just wanted some of our young listeners who are, your age, who are maybe getting married, thinking about getting married. A lot of times they need to hear, real talk like that, because I know for me, I struggled. Of course, I'm a seasoned vet. I'm a little older than you. If God let me live to July, I'll celebrate 23 years of marriage. But
Oh,
I would
wow.
always argue, the first 3 years of my marriage, I stunk at communicating. I came up a little bit older, a little old term. So I was always thinking, okay, I'm the king of the castle. What I say goes. I don't really have to have the questioning from my wife. So I had to learn how to effectively communicate with my wife, understand my wife, understand she is my helpmate. She's not here to help me. We're not competing against each other. So that's why I
Yeah.
always ask that question for young men like you. Listen, let's talk about it. Talk about some of your music inspirations. Growing up, who was you were inspired to listen to and, got you into rapping?
Man, it's grown and changed so much over the years. Um, I know when I was between the ages of 15 and 17, I wanted to be Andy Mineo. I wanted to become
Mm.
him.
Oh,
um,
wow.
yeah, like to the point where, and I don't think I've told him this. I don't think I ever will. But I would like watch his music videos, and I would actually like, practice his movements,
Wow.
like to the point where I could, I'm not gonna do it. But right now, if you pick a music video, like what you know, what I'm saying, rap a verse from this music video, I could rap the verse and also do what he was doing, like with his hands and all that kind of stuff, because that's how much I wanted to be Andy.
Wow.
And if you go to like some of my earliest music, I have this song that, you know what I'm saying, nobody knows about, but I love to listen to it to look how far I've come. I legitimately that is an Andy Mineo song. It's just my voice. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just that's who I wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I grew up in a Christian household, so it wasn't much. I wasn't listening to very much secular music. Um, but then once I got like a iPhone or whatever, iPod, it actually was an iPod. It was not an iPhone. Got an iPod. Then I started like sneaking, going to find stuff like Kendrick or, you know what I'm saying, Kanye or, you know what I'm saying, pre-Nazi Kanye. But you know what I'm saying? So like that's kind of like the stuff that now it's like a blend of Andy and Kendrick and Ye and Drake and John Bellion and Lecrae, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like these, it's just like this blend of things that's like, you know, created me. So,
What's your favorite Andy album? If you could only have one, which one you picking?
oh, if you could only have one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's see how much of a good fan you are. I know which one it works for me. I ain't gonna say it. I'm gonna wait till you tell yours. I'm gonna say which one for me.
Okay, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm gonna say I go back and forth
Okay.
between uh uncomfortable
Mm.
and I say the combination of the arrow and the sword because those are two EPs. Kind of, I feel like together. I listened to that through. I listened to the arrow and the sword through like it's an album. Um, that to me, I think is just uncomfortable was massive and it was incredible. But to me, the arrow and the sword felt like the pinnacle of like his transparency and um yeah, you know what I'm saying? And like it was the first time he was really getting in his production bag, and I have a like fond memory from that too. I first time I ever met Andy, I was at his house, and he played me Clarity before the
Wow.
Arrow was ever out. You know what I'm saying? And so I got to listen to that, and that was such a moment for me because I was like, this is my hero, and it was 2018 when he played that for me. It's like this is my hero, and it's like, you know, this is just some of the most incredible art I've ever heard. Period. You know what I'm saying? So, I almost wanna give it to Uncomfortable, but I'm gonna have to give it to the combination of Arrow and Sword.
Listen, Uncomfortable is number 2 for me too as well. My first pick will be Heroes for Sale. That's just me though. That's
Yeah,
just me. Listen, let you know what? I know one thing that you always do well, and I want to talk about it briefly. You share your heart. You're transparent in your music. What made you so vulnerable so early? Because I feel like you've always came out with that way, even outside of this project, even before this. I remember tracks like '97 and other little tracks. Like you always have been just real and authentic. What has separated you from always being that way? Because I don't think a lot of rappers do that when they first come out.
yeah. It's actually encouraging that you feel like that because I actually don't feel like that. I actually feel
Mm.
like for the early stages of my career, I would say from 2017 to uh 20 really like the beginning of 2020. I felt like I was always trying to talk in metaphors and not just say something plainly. And I would say, you know, after that is when I kind of learned that if the goal of this and the goal of even if you take music out of it, if the goal of being human, you know what I'm saying, is to um being human the way that Jesus told us to be human, right?
Hmm.
Is to love God and love each other. I don't think that it's possible. I don't know. I'm a little bit extreme. I don't think it's possible to properly love people without being transparent, without sharing the uncomfortable parts because people can learn and grow and relate and be comforted by that stuff. They can't be comforted by metaphors and, you know what I'm saying, riddles. Like if they're spending all the time trying to decipher what you're saying instead of just being like, wow, he just said that he wanted to kill himself since he was 11 years old. I
Yeah.
I I feel like that. I felt like that, and I didn't think I thought I was the only one. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That is a much different feeling than wow, that was a really crazy bar. And then if I go back to it and listen to it a couple times, I think I might get something different. It's like no, like he said it plainly. You know what I'm saying? He said exactly how I felt plainly, and actually that's something I also learned from Andy as well.
Listen, DJ Focus, we got to go to a quick break. We coming right back with more from young John Keith. Keep it locked. You tuned into The Fixx. You know The Fixx is in.
Culture Radio. We're not just background noise. We play the music that inspires you because every song has a story. Christian hip hop and R&B music and talk on SiriusXM channel 154, 24 hours a day. Holy Culture Radio is changing the game. Discussions about faith, arts, vocation, and education. We talk about the real issues that affect our communities and work together to find solutions. Join the discussion at holyculture.net and be heard.
Yes, sir. DJ Focus. You're tuned back into The Fixx right here on Holy Culture Radio, SiriusXM, channel 154. Still having a great conversation with my brother, John Keith from Indie Tribe. He has a new project out now called Ermos. And if you haven't purchased it, I promise you, you sleeping. You sleeping. I always argue, and I know a lot of people don't believe it, but I think we all struggle with some form of mental health. And I think this young man has done a great job of being transparent and brought a lot of questions. I think he's answering in some of these songs. So let's talk about the music, though, John. You already expressed and told us, that Andy was a huge inspiration to you, motivation to you to even start music. You got a chance, of course, to do a song with Andy, 2 a.m. For those who may have not heard it, talk about the inspiration behind it and what it means.
Yeah. So 2 a.m. is a song that kind of just focuses on those times where it's late. This happens for me a lot. I don't know if this is for everything because like my wife is not like this. My wife gets into bed and goes to sleep immediately. I get into bed sometimes and my mind is still running and is trying to figure everything out. It's trying to solve problems. It's trying to figure out how I can get further. Um, and what that actually does is take me out of, what I'm saying, new humanity. It takes me out of what Jesus has for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm supposed to be resting. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what, and I'm still trying to do God's job for him. And so,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's just that song about when your mind won't let you rest. When it's mad late, it's 2 a.m. and you still trying to figure things out, you still questioning things. You're playing back moments where you feel like you messed up and you know what I'm saying, wow, people are not on your it's just being overwhelmed with your thoughts, And I don't know, I heard that beat. It's produced by my boy Wowie, you know what I'm saying? And he sent me that joint and I heard it and I was like, bro, immediately I was like, I feel like I can hear Andy on this. It's kind of a long shot. I was like, I don't know if we can get him. Said, but I feel like I can hear Andy on this. And then I originally wrote it. I was trying to decide whether or not I wanted it for me or if I wanted it to try and give to Andy like for his, record. Um, and I wrote it. I got in touch with his team, sent it to him. He was like, "Yeah, let's do it." This is back in 2020, and
Wow.
yeah, we were working on it. You know what I'm saying? And he uh was kind of running behind. We were gonna drop it in the summer. Then at one point he was gonna put it on his album. I don't know if it was Neverland 2 or another album, but he was gonna put it on his album. And then that didn't work out. So I was like, nah, I feel like this really fits Eremos. This really fits what it is that we're talking about. So I just kind of pressed and trying to see if he was still down for it. And this was like the last minute joint. I sent it to him in 2020, but we got that verse in about 2 months ago. Like,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It was like the rest of the project was already uploaded. And then you know what I'm saying? That was kind of like the last little addition. We're like, oh, come on, please. So yeah.
Next track I want you to break down, man, is this James Dean track. I think it's a fun track. But just talk about the, inspiration and what the meaning of James Dean is. It's featuring Lecrae too as well. You funny. You talking about you got Andy, then you go get Lecrae too. So you just,
Yeah.
in your
Yeah.
bag on this one.
Yeah. Lecrae's kind of the big homie, you know what I'm saying? So that one was a little easier. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? He's from Dago too. So, yeah. So James Dean, that song, James Dean is an actor, right? For those of you who don't know,
Right.
he's an actor that died pretty young. And kind of all throughout the song, making references to it's kind of like I actually really love the writing on this song because it's like it's a song
It's
about
fire.
suppression, you know what I'm saying, and acting like you're fine when you're not. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Acting like you're fine and just, you know what, let's just go get these blessings, let's go get this money, let's go be successful, but you're dying. Like you're dying and you're trying to ignore it. And so I made, make references to James Dean, um, Rebel No Cause like James Dean. And then later on, it says, you know what I'm saying, I die making movies. I feel like Bruce Lee. Basically, like just this theme of like, you know, dying in the process of acting like you're fine instead of actually dealing with what you know, you're dealing with. And then so, getting the big homie Lecrae on it was like, it was almost like a conceptual move. Is it felt like, you know, bad, it's a little fly. It felt like, um, the song is like, yo, let's just go get blessed, let's get this money, let's go get success. And then uh part of that was like, oh, like linking up with one of my, childhood heroes for the song. You know what I'm saying? And he gets on it and kind of hops in that too. So yeah, it's that joint is I love that joint.
yeah, that's a must hear. You kind of talked a little bit about this next song. I want you to talk about the bridge, where you're very open about trying to take your life and everything that you were struggling with that. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, the bridge is a difficult one. That joint, I actually performed an early version of it at our Holy Smoke Festival in 2022, and I literally could not get through the verse without bawling my eyes out on stage. It's a extremely um vulnerable track, and it was the one I was like, I know I have to have a song on here that just makes everything plain, um but but and it's dark, you know what I'm saying, but I didn't
Very
want it
dark.
to leave you um hopeless by the end of it. And so, it's kind of all leading up to that moment. um it tells you about, you know my plan that I had to take my life, my current struggle right now, where I feel like I'm always trying to run from those thoughts because those thoughts are not gone. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
There's times in my life where those kind of thoughts pop back up. And the thing that I focus on is the fact that Jesus chose to die so that I wouldn't, right? Jesus chose to die so that I would choose life. And so it's kind of like like a parallel um, that I feel like is important, and that's the thing that I cling on to when when they pop back up. So
definitely thank you for sharing that with us, man. Because like you say, it is a very dark song, but it's real, and I would argue a lot of people are in dark and depressed states. Suicide is a real thing. I don't think we talk about it enough amongst the Christian faith. I really don't. So I just want to give you your roses and thank you for inviting us into your world and you sharing that with us, brother.
thank you, man.
Uh, I love this track though. I definitely want to hear your feedback on this. Who laughing? All them haters and them naysayers. They ain't laughing no more, is they?
Man, I,
Yeah, talk about it.
I'm glad that you love that one. That joint,
Oh,
I love the writing and duality on that song, you know, um, because it's like there's the urge to wanna be like, there's the urge to do that, to be like, well, who's laughing now? Like, you know what I'm saying, y'all said I couldn't do it and then I did it. So what's up?
yeah.
And then the second part of the hook kind of goes into like, yeah, who's laughing now? The answer is nobody, because I'm still not happy. You know what I'm saying? And like, so it's like, it's like there was another title for it. It was gonna be Nobody's Laughing, but I was like, nah, I feel like this just kind of feels it feels good to kind of lean into like the playing with it like that. So yeah, that joint I love. You know what I'm saying? That's featuring some production from my boy Enzo on the second half. Like it kind of switches up and takes you on a journey, and kind of just tells a story of my journey in music and trying to you know and my struggle with overworking myself to prove people wrong. And it's like, but look what you're doing while that's happening, So
Mhm. Listen, I identify with that track. I've been doing radio for 8 years now. It's funny because everybody laughed at me. I promise you. When I first started doing radio, I had a 4-channel Behringer mixer and a cell phone. Didn't have no laptop. Didn't have anything. I started off on Caster FM, which I don't even think that's even alive anymore. And everybody laughed. They said, "No one's going to listen to you on an online radio. If you're not on FM or terrestrial radio, no one's going to listen to you." I already knew what God had told me to do. I was building the
yeah,
bridge. I was building the foundation. And lo and behold, look where we at right now. SiriusXM saw 5 million listeners. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
facts.
when I heard that track, I was like, yeah, I can identify with that track. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah,
That's it. That's in my playlist already. You already
absolutely.
know.
Yeah, I had friends who told me I was really foolish for saying dropping out of college, and then they're not so much friends now, but I have the urge sometimes to be like, you still trying to figure out what to do with your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's a duality. It's like I want to say that, but I think that me and them and I still share the same struggle of like I still feel um joyless sometimes. So yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about this high energy track. Choose. Talk about that.
Oh, chose, yeah, that joint.
Chose. Forgive me. Chose. Yeah.
Yeah, that joint was the last song. It was the last addition to the project. Um, I feel like the project needed like an anthem type joint, and you know what I'm saying. I feel like me and my brother No Big Deal are like the undefeated tag team champs. Is how I feel. You know what I'm saying. So like every time we link up, you know what I'm saying, we have a good time. We come up with something that we love, and it's just I wanted one that was gonna be just a blast to perform live, and so I can't wait. I can't wait to do that joint. You know what I'm saying, live.
Listen, for my listeners, if you haven't heard this project, I got John Keefe on the line right now. Eramos is out right now. I just want to tell you about the collaborations on this project so you can just go ahead and stream that thing right now. He just mentioned No Big Deal. 1K Few is on this thing. Surfboard P Paris Careers is on this thing. Lecrae is on this thing. Andy is on this thing. I'm just saying.
Yes,
I just want
sir.
to throw, put it. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say KB too? Oh, KB is on this thing too as well. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I forgot about KB. That's a cheat code. KB is already a cheat code. You already know that. So yeah, if you haven't streamed his new project, please go out and stream it today. Get that thing in your spirit. Listen, when it's all said and done, John Keith, what do you want to be remembered by? If you could, leave your last words before God called you to heaven, what do you think you would want to leave the people about your life, your legacy, and what you tried to do?
I would hope that, you know, people could walk away from any kind of experience with me and feel less alone, experience hope, and, you know, get a desire to live. You know what I'm saying? Really live and not just survive, not just get by, but I mean live. You know what I'm saying? Live in peace and enjoy and experience love. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want.
Last question. I'm gonna get you out of here. I know you're already a part of a super group. Let's be very clear. Indie Tribe is a super problem.
Yes, indeed.
But take Indie Tribe to the left. If you could pick 3 other artists, dead or alive, from any genre, to join a group with you, come on your wavelength, what 3 artists would you pick?
Oh, wow. What a question. I would say I'll pick, oh, 3 artists, not including me.
That's correct. Yeah. Not including
Okay,
you.
so 3 other artists. I'll go John Bellion.
Oh wow.
I will go, oh, this is rough, my brother. I'll go John Bellion because his production, everything he does is just crazy.
Sick.
I would go, I actually would go Tory Deshaun. Tory Deshaun is hard. I don't want people to sleep on Tory, man. Tory is crazy.
They are
Um,
sleeping on him. Let's be
yeah.
very clear. He
Oh
is
yeah.
crazy.
Y'all sleep for real. Um, I'll go. I'll go. Man, I'm gonna go Justin Bieber, man. Y'all can hate on me if you wanna hate on me, man. Justin's hard. Fight me if you want to. And then lastly, I'm gonna say ah. Actually, I don't know. This last one is tough. I'm not gonna lie to you. Man.
The ones you already picked are the ones you picked are solid though, man.
Yeah.
Listen, John. I appreciate you rocking with us this morning, man. Can you tell the people how they can connect with you, follow you, how they can go stream your new album, and also please introduce your latest single.
Yo, so you know what I'm saying? You follow me everywhere, John Keith, on Instagram, on TikTok. It's JONKEITH. Don't put no H in my name, John, because it's not there. You know what I'm saying? My new album, Eremos, out now everywhere you listen to music. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Check it out. Share it with somebody. Don't be lonely by yourself. Let's get it.
Keep it locked. You're tuned into The Fixx. You know The Fixx is in.